Presenting Vendify by 𝚅𝚎𝚗𝚍. Our team consists of 4 members, myself, 𝚅𝚎𝚗𝚍, Shabbir Khan, Ibrahim Mahmood, and Ridwan Jogiat. Before we dive into Vendify, let's highlight our primary users, vendors. A question you may ask yourself is, who are these vendors? The vendors that we are targeting are those who bring events to life, such as businesses or individuals showcasing their unique products, services, and talents. These are the people at the heart of every event. To illustrate the key challenges vendors encounter, we've created a short cartoon that highlights these obstacles.
Hey Sarah, one moment please. Another event and still no real traction. People walk right past my booth like I don't even exist. How am I supposed to grow my business if I can't get noticed or even discovered?
I hear you, John, but my focus is on making sure the event goes smoothly. It's all about managing logistics, attendees, and keeping everything on track.
But it's not just about being noticed when I get the opportunity to participate in the events. We need better discoverability before the event even starts. A better way to measure our performances. We need faster, easier communication with attendees and organizers. And honestly, it's about more than just setting up a booth. It's about growing our businesses and making meaningful connections.
You make a good point. But the systems we use now are built for event managers, not vendors. It's about keeping the event running, not about helping vendors like you grow or communicate more efficiently.
So why was Vendify created? Vendor management systems within the industry are surprisingly rare. While some platforms like Eventbrite and cVent exist, they primarily focus on event management. Similarly, platforms like Whova and Bazaba offer tools for event managers to coordinate and run the overall event, but they only scratch the surface when it comes to vendor management. Vendors spend hours navigating social media, trying to connect with event managers in a disjointed and inefficient process. Without a streamlined system, they struggle to find the right events and stand out in competitive markets. The absence of proper vendor management systems leads to missed opportunities as event managers often overlook ideal vendors. This also affects customer engagement, limiting vendors' exposure and growth potential at events. Vendify is designed to solve these problems by offering a centralized platform that simplifies every step of the event process. With event managers using Vendify, vendors are easily discovered and selected based on relevance, ensuring a better fit for their business at each event. When customers explore events through Vendify, vendors benefit from increased exposure as event attendees can easily browse vendor offerings ahead of time, fostering stronger engagement and driving more foot traffic to their booths. This direct connection between event managers, customers, and vendors enhances the vendor's overall event experience. Now let's take a closer look at Vendify in action. Our system uses an event manager, vendor, and customer will demonstrate how Vendify enhances the entire event experience for vendors.
Hi everyone, I'm Michael Gray, an event manager, and I use Vendify to manage vendors for my events. Today I'll be taking you through how I manage vendors for my upcoming Sunbeam Fest, a vibrant festival in the stunning Western Cape of South Africa. It's an intimate celebration of local and African talent, like Coachella but with a distinctly South African flair. For me, ensuring a seamless experience for attendees is crucial, and vendors are a big part of that. So let's dive into Vendify and see how I work with the best vendors to bring Sunbeam Fest to life. Let's go ahead and manage that Sunbeam Fest. It looks like I have some notification. A bunch of vendors have applied to my upcoming Sunbeam Fest as well as some other upcoming fests. Let me go ahead and manage that Sunbeam Fest. Let's get the party started and finalize my vendor lineup for that festival. According to my graph, it seems like I'm so close to meeting the expected number of vendors, food and beverage vendors that is, for my event. I see that I have some pending applications as well as some invitations that need to be responded to by vendors. Let me go ahead and view those applications. I see that 𝚅𝚎𝚗𝚍 has applied to my event. However, this vendor's rating seems too low, and I can't have any vendor hindering the performance of my event. I'll go ahead and reject 𝚅𝚎𝚗𝚍. The reason being, this vendor's rating is quite too low, and I cannot have that for my event. I see that Java Coffee Bar has also applied to my event. I haven't seen this vendor before. Let's go right ahead and view his profile. And this is impressive. Java Coffee Bar has taken part in the Cape Coffee Fest and has managed to snag the Best Arabica Coffee Award. Let's go view that award. This is definitely something that uplifts the vendor. Judging by this vendor's product lineup, it looks like he has a premium selection of coffee blends, as well as some top-notch reviews to back up his performance. I'd be a fool not to add him to my favorites list. Let's not waste time and accept his application to my event. Now that I have accepted enough applications, I'm not too sure about the comic warehouse, so let me go ahead and look at some new vendors, new entertainment vendors for my event. I remember seeing the 𝚅𝚎𝚗𝚍 before. Let's go and see what he has to offer. Music and DJs to interactive performances. This is exactly what I need for my event. I won't waste time and I'll invite the 𝚅𝚎𝚗 to my event. After inviting vendors and finalizing my vendor lineup, let me go ahead before I forget and add an event notice. I'd like to remind my vendors to meet coordinators at the entrance. By sending out notices for events to my vendors, this allows vendors to be informed about what's happening at my event. And I definitely don't want any confused vendors. I need vendors that's going to be there on time and know exactly when and where to go. So uploading this notice will be a great help to managing my vendors. Now that I've added my notices to inform my vendors, let's not procrastinate and let me go ahead and list my event for the next month, giving my vendors enough time to be exposed to the event and send through their applications. But before I begin listing the event, I remember hosting a similar event in the past. If I go to my list view, I see that past events, the London market was a similar event. And if I view that event, I can view my vendor categories for that event. And I see that I have a solid split of food and beverage vendors. And by viewing my vendor ratings, I can see that from all the vendors, my food and beverage vendors have performed exceptionally well. I want to go and see exactly which vendors uplifted the performance of my event. If I look at my food and beverage vendors and my best rated, I see that bubble tea has an excellent rating. Let's go see how customers responded to him. It looks like the service of bubble tea is excellent. I should go right ahead and add him to my favorites. I've also noticed that my fashion vendors performed quite poorly. I need to go and see exactly which vendors hindered the performance of my event. By sorting by the worst rated, I see that 𝚅𝚎𝚗𝚍 has performed really terrible. Let me go and see why. It looks like 𝚅𝚎𝚗𝚍 has terrible customer service. I can't take the risk, so I should add him to my blacklist. Now that I've gained insights from one of my past events, I can go right ahead and list my new event. Uploading an event image is always good to attract vendors, and giving an event title will definitely tell vendors exactly what event it is. And since it's a market, informing vendors that the event type is a market will attract the right type of vendors. Now that I've put in the date and time, this will allow vendors to know exactly when the event is, and of course the location, telling them where the event is, making sure that vendors are not confused about any details of the event. The capacity of people expected to attend will provide the vendors with insights on how much revenue they might expect to make. Categories, what kind of vendors do I want? From my previous event, I've noticed that food and beverages perform quite well at these type of events, as well as some arts and crafts vendors, and as well as some entertainment vendors to keep my customers going and hyped up. On creating this event, I should stipulate exactly how many vendors I want to expect of each category at the event. 20 food and beverage vendors, 10 arts and craft vendors, and some entertainment vendors for my event, making sure I don't have an oversaturation of a certain type of vendors. Now that I've created my event, I definitely want to have my favorite vendors, the top rated ones, namely food and beverages, which is bubble tea and Java Coffee Bar. Now that I've invited them, I have managed my event, I have listed new events, and I have viewed analytics of my past events.
Good day, my name is Jeff, the owner of Java Coffee Bar, proud vendor of Vendify. I haven't logged in for a few days. Let me check out what's new. First up, I see that I have a few notifications. I have quite a few invites, but before I look at them in detail, let me have a look at my stats. According to my follower fluctuation graph, I have an upward increase of followers. This must be due to my events that I participated in, bringing in the customer engagement I require. Now, onto my event performance graph. According to my event performance graph, I performed well at most events. From my total ratings, most of them were good, except for the night market. I wonder why. Was my product not right, or was this not the right product for me? Now, onto my average rating graph. Ouch, it looks like I decreased from 5 to 3.7. This must have been the night market. The night market already did a number on me. But then, I climbed back to 4.3. Not perfect, but it means I'm on to the right track. A quick look at my calendar, and wow, it's looking pretty empty. This is not good. I have rent to pay and bills to pay. I really need to lock in some events. Let me go look at my invitation. Before I choose to accept or reject any of my invitations, I'd like to have a look at some more information about this event. Looks like it aligns with my business, and also it's not too far from me, so I think I'm going to accept this invite. On the other hand, this event doesn't really fit with my schedule, and also it's a bit far from me, so I'm going to decline this invite. Now, I still have to fill up my calendar with some events, so let me see what events Vendify has to recommend. The Cars and Coffee event looks interesting, and also it's 15 days away, which fits in my schedule. So I'd like to have I'd like to look at more information about this event. This event looks really interesting, and also the type of categories they're looking for are food and beverages. Since I myself am a food and beverage vendor, I think I'm gonna apply for this event. This reminds me, I applied for the Rise and Shine event a few weeks ago, but I haven't seen it on my calendar. I should look at my applications. What? It looks like I got rejected from the Rise and Shine event. Let me see the reason. Looks like they have too many coffee vendors already. That's a bit disappointing, but I guess that happens. At least some of my other applications have been accepted. Now, I'd like to look at my product management and see if all my products are up to date. Looks like all my products are up to date. I really like this feature of Vendify, as it keeps my customers eager and decisive, gets them know exactly what products I have for the event. Now, before I log out, I need to upload a quick document of mine. This is a certificate I received recently. Really helps with my applications by uploading certificates. That's a wrap on the vendor side of Vendify. I think I'm done today. I'm gonna log out. Up next, we have a demo of the app 𝚅𝚎𝚗𝚍.
Hi there, I'm Shabir, and I'm thrilled to introduce to you Vendify, the ultimate app that's revolutionizing how vendors and customers interact at events. Today, I'll walk you through what makes Vendify a game changer, starting with how it empowers vendors, and then I'll show you how it transforms the experience for customers. Let's dive in. As a vendor, when I log into Vendify, everything I need is at my fingertips. Instantly, I see all the events I'm part of under current events. It's seamless and efficient. I can just tap on an event and I'm in. Here's the magic though. With a simple click, I can generate a unique QR code for my stall. Now, picture this. Customers are walking by, scanning the QR code and leaving me instant feedback. It's like having a direct line to my audience. These reviews help me showcase my reputation, build trust, and grow my business right there on the event floor. Now, let's switch hats and step into the shoes of a customer, because here's where Vendify really shines. As soon as I log in as a customer, I have access to everything. I can explore all of the upcoming, the current, as well as the past events. With just a tap, I am viewing detailed event informations such as the location, the start time and end time of the events, but the best part is the list of vendors attending. Here's where Vendify takes things to another level. If I'm following a vendor, I see it instantly. From there, I can dive into their profile, check out all the other events they're part of. I can also browse the products that they offer, allowing me to know beforehand what I can expect at a vendor's store. It's like having a mini vendor marketplace tailored just for me right in the palm of my hand. And let's talk about convenience. Vendify doesn't just let me follow vendors, it sends me notifications so that I am always in the loop. If a vendor I follow is attending an event, I know immediately. No more missing out. And it gets even better. When I visit a vendor's stall, I can scan their QR code to leave a review on the spot. Whether it's about their product, service, or overall experience, I can give my feedback and see what others are saying too. It's like crowdsourcing the best vendors at every event. Vendify doesn't just enhance the event experience, it's an extra advertising platform for vendors. It's like a digital spotlight shining on their business. Every interaction, every review is more visibility, more customers, and more sales. And for event managers, it's a no-brainer. They can now easily choose top quality vendors with high followings, ensuring that their events are packed with crowd favorites. Vendify is the perfect companion to the Vendify web system, offering a 1-2 punch of engagement and exposure. It's not just an app, it's the secret weapon turning every customer interaction into an opportunity for growth. And that's the magic of Vendify.
Thank you for taking the time to explore Vendify with us today. Let's build the future of vendor management together.